am Melissa with Shape of the City. I am at the Good Neighbor Community Center and I'm with Tom and Tariq. How are you guys?
Pretty good.
All right, Tom, can you tell me a little bit about the Good Neighbor Community Center? About how long ago did it get started and what is the mission of the center?
Okay, yeah, we started in 1973. And the Good Neighbor Center's mission is helping people help themselves. So this year, around November, we'll be celebrating 45 years of service in Lincoln, and Lancaster County as well. So our mission has been helping people help themselves. So we are here to help them, provide food for them so that they don't have to buy food. We have clothing, household items that have been donated by the community. They're able to get all that stuff here from us so that they can use some of the funds that they're getting to be able to be self-sustainable so that they're not depending on the government for all the help that they keep going to get from them. We're talking about people who want to go to school and they want to learn English. They can come here and learn English as well. We're talking about refugees that are just arriving in Lincoln and they don't have a way of moving around. They don't have a way of finding a job. So they'll come here, we'll give them the basic skills that they need. We are also trying to help people who have shut-off notices, utility bills that they can't pay, eviction notices as well. We also have things like bus passes. People want to go get a job. They want to be able to go and visit a doctor. They can come to us, and if they can't afford the transportation, we'll provide a bus pass for them and their families so that they can be able to go do all those things. And we also think about new moms that have kids and they don't have the supplies, like diapers, wipes and stuff like that. They can come to us, and we can be able to help them. We actually have some seasonal programs as well. We are talking about tax assistance payment. It's around that tax season, and it costs a lot to go and have a professional do that for you. They take a lot. During Christmas time, we are talking about grandparents in our community that are low income and would like to assist their grandkids, but they can't afford toys, they can't afford gifts. They'll come to us, and we will be able to help them. And then, of course, we do have the refugee program. We call it Middle East, North Africa Hope Project as well. So we are very blessed because to duplicated number-wise, we'll see about 70,000 individuals. And unduplicated number-wise, we are talking between 6,000 and 7,000.
So Tariq, can you tell me a little bit more about the education and health portion of what you're working on?
First of all, I was volunteering here as an English teacher. That was almost 2 years ago. So actually, we have helped a lot of people because most of the work I do, helping the people for the program here called MENA Hope, which is basically work with the people from Middle East and North Africa. So most of them are speaking Arabic. I'm from Iraq, so I can speak Arabic, and also I can speak English. That's why we help them in doing their, let us say, documentation, translation, helping them in English too. My main job here now, after they honored me by giving me a job here. So officially I'm a community health worker here. The other main job I do is categorizing the people the clients which have chronic diseases, obesity, and then to refer them and help them and give them some training courses or let us say health, nutrition things. Then we can follow and supervise about how can they've been approved or their cases have been approved. Also, we do for them like accompany them to the doctors.
Why would either of you say it's so important to have a center like this in our community? Why is it so essential?
I think it's important to have a center like this and many others, of course, in Lincoln, because we do bridge that gap that helps the low-income families come from, down here at the bottom and then elevate their status in our community. They will be able to be more responsible citizens in our community.
One of our viewers who want to help out and be part of the mission what can they do?
Oh, we have a lot of things to do here. We are talking about donations that do come in. They needed to be sorted out, clothes donations, household items, and then they put them on our shopping floor and help the clients put them in their vehicles. We have a pantry also where they can come and help distribute the food. We have perishable food, and on Monday and Wednesday they can come and help be able to put all that out, sort it out, and be able to give it out to our clients. Down here we're talking about English teachers. We need English teachers to be able to help those who are coming in need of assistance to be able to speak English. And Tariq does a wonderful job with the English class, but the class is really huge.
Yeah.
So he could use the help where it's a one-on-one situation.
A long waiting list too. That's why we need a lot of teachers here to help it.
Just so our viewers know, where are you located here in Lincoln, and where would they bring the donations?
Our physical address is 2617 Y Street, basically on the corner of 26th and Y. And we ask people to drive to the back of the building, and there's a huge garage door and a door. So you just ring the bell, and a volunteer will open that, and you can bring your donations in. If you need help, somebody can come out and be able to help you out as well. The only things that we do not accept are things like big furnitures. And lately we've had an incident where the old TVs are exploding on our volunteers. So we have stopped taking those as well. But basically anything else that's slightly used, clothes, household items, small appliances, radios and stuff like that, we'll take those and give those out to our clients. We are privileged to be here. We are thankful for the opportunity to be able to serve our community. And if it was not for our staff members and the volunteers that do help us out, and the people who bring in donations and money, we would not be here. So we are very thankful for all of them.
Thank both of you for coming on the show, and you guys have an amazing place.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. Thank you so much.
So I'm here with Zainab. She is a staff member here at the center. Hi, Zainab.
Hi.
So tell me, how long have you been a staff member or being part of the center?
18 years now.
Wow.
Yep. I did volunteered for 3 years before that, and that's how they got me on staff.
Tell me a little bit about what you do as a staff member.
I'm the project coordinator for the MENA Hope project, and MENA Hope stands for Middle Eastern North African, and we work with refugees and immigrants from all over the Middle Eastern countries and North African countries, or anyone else who walks into our doors. We never turn anybody away.
Tell me a little bit about the type of things you're doing with the people that are coming in.
When people come into our doors, either they go upstairs to get food and clothing or other services, or they come downstairs. That's where my office is. And we have walk-in services. People come with their letters. Sometimes they have questions. Sometimes they need to find a lawyer. They had just a car accident, or they need to talk to their caseworker, or make an appointment at the doctor, or as simple as like just junk mail. Sometimes they walk in and they said, what do I do with this? And we can help them here. If not, then we refer them to other agencies. We have one support group here for women every Friday. It runs from 11 to 1. And the first hour is in ESL class. And the second hour is when we get together, when we have guest speakers. That's our support group. And we have usually, I'm guilty of that. We used to only have tea and cookies, but sometimes we have a big meal. So a lot of the ladies, they feel comfortable here. This is their only home away from home. So they're like sisters here, like moms together. And we cook together, we eat together, we laugh, we cry. We talk about things that's going at home wrong, or you're just lonely. This is the place to come. And we welcome anybody who comes here. We just have a waiting list to join the class. And all the moms and all the ladies who come here, they feel comfortable coming here because they have nowhere else to go.
So, I mean, I think you've said it a little bit, but in terms of the importance of a center from your point of view.
The center is very, very important, especially to a lot of the women that I see and I serve every day. They're away from their family. They have nowhere else to go here. Sometimes they don't have friends or anybody here they can talk to. So for them, when they come here to the center, they feel this is their escape place. This is their heaven. When they come here, they feel comfortable, even just walk into our door, coming in, and they know everything stays here confidential. They feel comfortable, they feel like they're welcomed, and we're all care about one another. That's what they want, and that's what they miss. Somebody who cares about them and who listens to them. Sometimes they just want somebody to listen to them, and we give them that opportunity. Just recently, yesterday, we had one of our students. She became U.S. citizen this last Friday. She had struggled so hard coming to the country. She was sponsored by her family. And when you come as a sponsored, you don't get no benefit, no help from just your family. And her family was struggling. So, and she has a heart condition, and she's in to debt a lot. Like she has to go a lot to the hospital and has a lot of medical bills. And yesterday, for her to accomplish that, she wanted to help people around the town. She said, I know I can drive and I can speak just a little bit of English. So my way is giving back to this community and to the center. I can help people around, you know. And so she's been helping a lot of the students in the classroom, teaching them to drive, teaching them a little bit of English with the limited English that she has, because she liked to give back. And then just Friday, she received her certificate of citizenship, and that accomplishment, it was just huge. It really changed her life. Her smile yesterday on her face when she came, brought her certificate, and she was saying, here, see my certificate, take a copy, you know, I'm citizen now. Now she can hopefully apply for Medicaid and get that help that she needs with her medical condition, and maybe hopefully she get to go back home and see her family, see her son and daughter there, and then come back and live here. So that's one of the success stories. Other things that we do, usually job fairs and other things. So we do a lot of things. A lot of people hopefully will start to know more about us. Maybe they drive by, they don't notice the building, but we do wonders here. We're like a mini United Nation.
I'm a pedestrian.
I'm a driver.
I'm a cyclist.
And I share the road.
Hi, I'm Melissa Fuller with Shape of the City, and I'm going to learn about BikeLNK, the new bike share program here in Lincoln. And I am with Jamie Granquist, the
Melissa.
coordinator. Hi, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. All right, tell me a little bit about this program. How did it get started?
So there's a University of Nebraska at Lincoln student that went to the city council that said, why don't you guys have this? This makes so much sense in so many communities. And I think the city council went, maybe we should do this.
What did it take? What has the progress or the process been like to get this going?
Well, the process has been pretty involved. I mean, we're a city-owned entity that has federal funds also, and so we had to go through a lot of hoops to jump through in order to get the grants and the right-of-ways and the city property and stuff. So it's been a process where there's been lots of people doing things.
Tell me a little bit about the partnerships and some of the sponsors you're working with.
Right, yeah. So we have 4 different sponsors: Lincoln Community Foundation, Spreetail, the University of Nebraska at Lincoln, and Blue Cross Blue Shield of Omaha. And they've really helped the program get going and put some money behind it, which helps get the program off the ground.
So tell us about these stations, about how many stations are out there and what area of Lincoln are we looking at?
Well, we have 19 stations throughout downtown and on both campuses, East Campus and Downtown Campus. And we have 41 bikes that will go into the system right away with some more planned in the future.
Perfect. All right, so how would someone get on a bike?
So what they do is you can either walk up to the kiosk and you can buy a membership at the kiosk. We have 4 different kiosk types. You can also sign up online on BikeLNK.com, and we're also on Facebook and Instagram. So you'd go on the website and you would buy a different pass. There's 4 different pass types. We have $3 for 30 minutes, $10 for 72 hours, $12 for a monthly, and $80 for an annual pass. And that gets you unlimited 30-minute trips within that time frame.
All right, so I know you guys have sort of been putting the word out. What's the response been so far?
The response has been incredible. Everyone is so excited about this. This has worked for so many other communities of our size with less infrastructure. We have such a great infrastructure with the trail network, the on-street bike lanes, and also the protected and street cycle track. So we're just really excited to make this available for the community.
Wow. All right, so when does this get started?
So we launch on April 6th, and then we definitely are available for the public after that.
All right, tell me about the usability of this bike.
Okay, so these bikes are set up for ease of use for a variety of people. You definitely can adjust the seat up or down by moving that, and then going up or down. We have these nice graduation lines so that you can remember from time to time what your number was. And then we also have fenders which have lights that are powered by the generator hub, so when the bike is moving, it has front and rear lights that flash for safety. Then you have a protected chain guard in this area so that you keep your pants nice and clean. Front fenders for protection from inclement weather, and then we have this nice clamshell basket where you can put in a bag or your groceries, and you don't even have to worry about it going anywhere. The system makes sense for everyone. There's 3 speeds for in-town use, so you just turn the handle and it shifts the bike. And then we also have a bell so that you're friendly with passing with the traffic.
So I guess the reminder to people in terms of, especially you're riding downtown, keeping the law, you know, stopping at the lights.
Yeah, absolutely. So you are part of traffic, and so you need to behave as an expected member of traffic. So definitely make sure that you're stopping at all the red lights and that you're also using hand signals to tell people what you're doing so that they know what to expect from you.
Okay, so if someone comes down and let's say they just show up at a kiosk, they don't have a membership, is it pretty easy to check out a bike?
It is. So basically what you do is you use the kiosk and you insert your credit card and then you answer a few questions, sign the user agreement, and then you're off and running.
In terms of a rider in Lincoln or someone coming to visit, how will this best be utilized?
Well, what it does is it opens up the downtown area and campus for ease of use. So you get on the bike, you ride where you want, you see the sights, you experience the city, and it just makes everything so much more people friendly. You know, where you are on the street, you're witnessing the community, and you're part of the bigger picture.
I look forward to getting on a bike.
That's great. We look forward to having you.
Thanks.
Kids, get off your phone. You need to pay attention to the road. Or else there might be tar, or wet cement, or a car. Please, get off your phone, or you might end up with a broken bone. Your phone may seem like it's all that, but staying alive is where it's at.
I feel like there's definitely something about these Jewel pods where the kids come in, they start freaking out if we don't have the flavor that they want, if we're out of the starter kits. There's definitely something about these Jewel pods, and I don't know for sure what it is.
Most of these electronic cigarettes have nicotine products in them. This is not a regulated industry. My name's Christina Hitz. I'm a public health educator with the Lincoln-Lancaster County Health Department. I really want to talk about why electronic cigarettes are something you need to be concerned about. Electronic cigarettes are not just harmless water vapor. They have a lot of different products in them that, albeit not fully tested, could be hazardous. For example, propylene glycol. Of an e-juice refill, if 80 to 90% of that e-juice refill is propylene glycol. Well, we know that the FDA has approved propylene glycol for ingestion, but it has not been approved as being safe for inhalation. We are also concerned that there are different dyes and chemicals in the flavorings, and we don't know the long-term effects of ingesting those. We're also concerned about metal particulates that are in the vapor, because as someone uses the electronic cigarette, the aerosolizer inside of it has a job of making that vapor, and it heats up. And as it heats up and makes that vapor, it's causing those little tiny fine particulates to come off the aerosolizer itself and into that vapor, and it's inhaled then into the user's lungs. And we have no idea what the long-term effects are of that on someone's health either. In addition, we're very concerned that most of these products do contain nicotine, and nicotine is a concern for pregnant women. And we also know that nicotine affects the developing brains of adolescents. And so it is recommended that adolescents and pregnant women not use any kind of nicotine products. This industry could say, I am giving you a 0% nicotine product, and in fact it could have a trace, and probably does have a trace, of nicotine in them. And because of that trace of nicotine that's likely in even a 0% labeled product, it could cause then, of course, future nicotine addiction. You really need to be knowledgeable and aware that electronic cigarettes have all these potentially hazardous ingredients in them. So we know from the 2015 YRBS that our youth in Lincoln-Lancaster County are actually using electronic cigarettes at double the rate that they're using combustible cigarettes. There's a wide range of electronic cigarettes that you should be aware of, from looking like an ink pen to large mod tank containers, back down to small devices. And in fact, this is a device that is very small. It looks like an electronic USB drive and is one of the most popular new products. There are 46% of the sales made at convenience stores related to electronic cigarettes are Juul sales. And so because of that wild popularity, we know that this is the biggest threat right now to our kids possibly using vapor products. This is actually the Juul, and you can see that it looks like a USB drive. It plugs into the computer to recharge it. through a USB port and looks like that. And this little tiny cartridge with this viscous kind of oily liquid in there is what actually contains the e-juice, and this is a 5% strength nicotine. Just this little tiny amount of e-juice has the same amount of nicotine in it as a pack of cigarettes. And unfortunately, we know that some of our youth are using 2 of these a day. So because these jewels are so small, they're easy for youth to conceal either at home or at school. And some likely spots for concealment are pockets, waistbands, socks, inside of a hollowed out highlighter. So it's important to be aware of where these items might be hidden. Youth who are using electronic cigarettes might do certain behaviors that you can spot. And so if you know to watch for this kind of behavior where they might be blowing vapor down into their shirt, be aware of the flavors and the smells of those flavors. So if there's frequent use of a bathroom with a frequent smell of flavoring, that would be a hint. In addition, you can see kids holding their breath sometimes, and what they're doing is they're trying to zero out that vapor in their lungs before they exhale, so that not as much, if any, vapor comes out. Be aware of what packages they're getting and whether or not those packages have anything to do with electronic cigarettes. It is a gateway. Youth who use electronic cigarettes are 7 times more likely to end up using a combustible tobacco product within a year. Parents and adults who work with youth, it's really important that you have the conversation with your children. Let them know that it's important not to follow this trend. It's important for them to make good decisions now, and that if they make the decision to use it now, it could lead to lifelong consequences through a nicotine addiction that they wouldn't have otherwise had.
Shape of the City is dedicated to keeping Lincoln informed of health and wellness programs and events. Visit our calendar at lincoln.ne.gov, keyword Wellness Calendar. If you'd like to see your program or event covered, email us at LNKTV Health at lincoln.ne.gov.